If you've ever wanted to get over on KLARUS by having one of their products and yet not spending all the money for them, this could be your chance. We're looking today at the DITAC D2. And this is another Amazon product with that is in the budget realm, but has, as far as I can tell, the quality of a much more expensive light. And you can see here, it has the double switches like KLARUS has. It has the body and build of something much more expensive. In fact, this feels not only like a KLARUS, it feels like a Phoenix. It has this nice anodizing that is just brilliant and is really comfortable in the hand, not just from the ergonomics, but from the actual ano. So it's just so glossy and it feels sleek. So what we will do is we'll kind of go over like we normally do. You have the Type-C charging. You have the battery blocker it comes with so it doesn't activate. And then you have the lanyard and a couple of O-rings. Here is the box. I like the aqua little thing they got going. Here's the instruction manual, which is written in very fine print. This features a luminous SST40, and it has a 33 millimeter by 25 millimeter by 146 millimeter 5.77 length. I'm kind of doing that thing where I run through and decide what to read off to you here. It features 1300 lumens on high, stepping down after about 3 minutes to 700 lumens, where it will run the rest at about 2.5 to 3 hours. 280 lumen medium, 10 lumen low, and 1300 lumen strobe. So basically you can look at this. You can actually pause this. I'll put it up here like I normally do. You can pause it and go over it if you're interested, or you can go to the Amazon page and look. It's 22,500 max beam distance, so you're looking at definitely more of a flutter than a thrower. In fact, it's really all flutter, but it does have some reach. It says 300 meters beam distance. No, it's more like 220. It's really not going to, you're not going to get this as a thrower, partly because you have this orange peel reflector here with the LED at the bottom of that. It's a nice centered LED, very stand up. It is, like I said, I love it. Really nice, secure battery port. Now here's the thing with this battery port, it's actually the easiest and most secure to put in. You can get it off without struggling and get it in, but it doesn't make you feel like you're going to get water in there. It has a serial number there. So let's fire it off. So you get instant strobe by doing the little mode adjustment switch, and when you turn it on, you can of course adjust the modes. So you want to turn it off and turn it back on. It's going to go to high though. A lot of these lights are not doing true mode memory, and this is no different. They've gotten on this instant turbo thing. So anytime you tap the tail cap, it's always going to be on turbo. I know a lot of you have emailed me and told me how much you like that. Personally, I would rather it have every single mode memorized. You know, be like, hey, I need instant turbo. Well, if you need an instant turbo and you're responsible, then you'll go into your tactical task and you'll set it to high. That's how my thinking is. So it's a very nice looking light, very reliable light. What else? Nothing really else to tell you about the box. It's a pretty nice thingy. So what we can actually do is go out and do what we do best around here and do some beam shots. So anyways, let's do it. How many of you have a junk room in your house?
practice is on retreat. We make an all-out effort to develop mindfulness, concentration, and insight. And this is called the mundane path, Lokiya Mudda. But the name has to be understood correctly. This mundane path is not a worldly path in the ordinary sense, a path leading.
I am impressed with how bright this is. And I do like the way it glosses into a smooth beam transition. You're not focused on a spot, instead you're focused on how much is laid out and illuminated in front of you. For those of you who dig hybrid throwers, this may not fit the bill, but it may be something you really enjoy when you're into sub-hybrid thrower mode and enjoy something more similar to a P60 beam profile with a domed emitter. You might actually like it. All right, friends, we're going to start up with this tree this time. Pretty nice how it lights up the whole street and across the yard there. Go across. Now remember the days 1300 lumens was a whole lot of light. And that's 1,000 lumens under what this will do. But I am impressed with its performance. Definitely impressed. Got some okay reach, and everything along the ways you can see very clearly. On the last review, I was accidentally stepped in this ant bed. Had to do a little jig dance sort of thingy to get them all off my foot. And despite it being cold last night, they actually still came out and swarmed me. Thankfully, I didn't get bitten. But notice, by way of passing along the way here, how much you can see. You don't have a hot spot that's going to blind you out. You can see the less and more moist soil. Just go to the wall here. There's another cat. For those of you who commented about the cats, yes, it's no joke. This area is flooded with cats. It's an epidemic in Houston. There's tons of stray cats, and they can't even put them down fast enough. All right, we've stepped down here. You can't really tell, I don't think. There we go. I get it back up. It will step down sharply, but then again, this is a budget light. It's a flutter, so you're not going to be doing pointing and ranging. You're going to be using it when you need it, which, by the way, is kind of a good question for our audience. What lights do you get the most use out of? Flood monsters, throw monsters, or somewhere in between? That's a nice philosophical question for us flash debaters. Not a bad light at all, really, folks. It's actually a good find, I think. Good little Amazon torch, and it is retailing, if I remember right, just at $30. So if you're bored, you need to buy a new light, you want to buy for someone, you can for sure do so with something like this. And because it is in-light charging, you can buy it for anyone, and it's not so powerful that it's going to burn them. So this is actually a pretty good find, I think. As far as the heat goes, it doesn't allow it to get hot in your hand. It barely gets remotely warm. But you've got a very good spread there. Whatever you want to do, you've got a light that's ready to be there for you. Pretty smooth beam. All right, let's call it a night.